Yo, what's up, my people? Yes, yes, happy Saturday, y'all. We're back once again. Peace to everybody out there moving out there on this Saturday. It's a lot going on. I don't know somewhere where y'all at. The weather's probably nice, but however the weather is, it doesn't matter what's going on. I hope you guys have had a safe and blessed Saturday so far. And even though the Saturday is not over, peace to everybody that's out there moving around, man. And I hope everybody that is traveling hasn't gotten to where they needed to go safe. Please, safe travels out there to everybody that's moving. Peace on this Saturday. Yeah, this was something I told you guys about the other day that I was doing, but we put it together now. So now we pretty much here. We're gonna get something going. I got a special guest coming in today. Two special guests. From one of my favorite places, Philly. Got amateur coach Mike, amateur female star, Asia. So we going not waste no time. Everybody, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's get it in. Let me get them up here. Oh my God! Whoa, hold on, wait a minute, Coach Mike. Wait a minute, hold on, man. What you got going on with the camera, bro? yo, Asia, get him right over there, Asia. Man, he making you look bad, Asia. Get him right over there.
What's wrong? Is it? Can you see it?
No, it's not that I can't see you. It's y'all to the side.
All right. Yeah, I was trying to. All right, let me angle this a little different.
There you go. There you go. All right. That's cool. Oh man, I'm so glad. I've been waiting for this. You got to let me hold on. Let me unmute your mic.
I got you. There we go. Can you hear me?
Man, welcome, y'all.
Hey.
Welcome. Man, listen, first of all, let me tell y'all something right now before we get this going. Do y'all know how long I've been trying to get this going with y'all, man? For a while, but I'll be seeing Asia in the gym. She look like she a busy woman, so I never wanted to interrupt her workout. Like, yo, baby girl, I need this interview. You know what I'm saying? I always let her do her thing, but I appreciate that though. How y'all feeling today?
Good.
Let me put my camera on. Okay, that's better. That's better. All right, so let's get this going. Asia, what's up?
What's up?
How's everything with you?
Huh?
How's everything with you?
It's
You
good.
can hear me?
Huh?
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. How's everything? First of all, with you and Coach Mike, how's everything with you guys? How y'all been?
We good. We just in the gym training every day,
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little tired because I'm doing 6 days a week in there. So we got a lot of things going on. Everybody got, we got the nationals coming up.
Okay, yeah.
That's right. I got a few pros in the camp looking for their pro debut, so I'm trying to, get them ready. We got Kayla Gomez in there who's signed the Misfits, and she just had a baby with Dan Brown, who's a decorated amateur as well.
Okay.
Four-time national champion himself. She's an 18 times national champion, as well as a gold medal Pan Am Games. So she's looking to get back from having a baby and get busy. So we got Izzy. We got Isabel Lopez. She did a couple things with Team Combat League. So she's in there too. So we got a lot of things going on. So I'm gonna tell you, man, it tires me out. But tomorrow I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. So by the time you get to Asia, you're probably tired by the time you get to her because you got a lot going on.
Let's see, Asia is smoking right now because she just had like 3-4 fights in a row, and she cooking them. So as long as her engines stay hot like this, I don't really got to do a lot of work with her. The only thing I got to do is just keep her, ready for the next one. That's it.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, time out. Yo, so Asia, that's what we doing? We going around just smoking people? That's what we doing? Really?
Get our work in.
Yo, Asia, yo, listen, man. I be getting word. I be getting word all the way from New York. You out there being the bully. I'm gonna need you to relax. You
Uh-uh.
out there bullying people. Yo. I'm gonna need you to chill with that. Nah, that's good though. I'm hopefully I can catch one of your fights. I think the last fight that I caught with you is when you came to New York and you fought in the Bronx. Which I didn't know you was even on that card. You fought the girl you fought. I knew her, but when I saw you, I was like, oh, finally I get to see a fight. Which that was an honor and pleasure. And that was the last time I got to see you fight. That was shoot, I don't know, last year maybe, year before, I think something like that. So it's been a minute. But I want to go back to where it all started. Um, how did you get into boxing, Adrian? Did you find boxing or did boxing find you?
Well, I was eating and I was being a big back. And I was never in sports for real, but my mom, she found a problem with it. So she took me to the gym across the street that she used to go to, and it just started from there. Like it just happened to be a boxing gym, and I happened to fall in love with it and start doing it every day.
Um, that's cool because usually, I always ask that question because some people will say, they love fighting this and it was something that they always wanted to do. So that's why, I came out and asked that. What was it, Coach Mike? This is for you. What was it about Asia that you saw that you said, you know what, she could possibly have potential in this?
Well, she had like an exhibition, and that was the first time I really seen her rumble. It was at Ofa. Coach Ofa owned a gym called NFF, and I saw her. I would stop by periodically because at the time I was still fighting, and I was at Bosie's gym. I didn't become a trainer until after COVID, and I seen her in her exhibition fight this big girl, man. And let me tell you, besides her getting out of breath, she was rumbling her ass off. And I said, you know what? I said, listen, I said, and she stuck with it. Right after that exhibition, she was ready for the next one. And I was like, man, she got something going. Then people started sending me videos of her sparring and hurting girls, and you know what I'm saying, and dropping girls. And when I saw that, I said, oh, she definitely got something going. She definitely leveling up. But I never connected with her as a trainer until after COVID or around the time COVID hit. And then we ended up at Pivot, and because our gym had shut down, due to the restrictions.
Yeah.
And that's when me and her connected as a father and daughter team.
Um, that's amazing because it's very difficult to be in this sport. I tried it. It didn't work out for me. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stick to just being a media guy because for some reason I like doing the punching, but when it was time for me to get hit, I didn't respond. I didn't respond well. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, you know what? Boxing is not for me. Just stay in your lane. I mean, I think that's what we all should do when if you don't like getting punched, but you like throwing the punches, then maybe boxing's not for you. So so Asia, what is the thing that keeps you fighting? I mean, besides you just doing the shows and winning belts, what keeps you going in the sport?
Um, Besides that, it's like you'll get like little girls or little boys or kids that look up to you. I like that when people like compliment me, and I just feel like I can be like a role model, for the youth and stuff like that, and I can make a difference in just boxing. I feel like I could bring something different in boxing, and I like that because I never was in a sport where I felt like I could bring something different or like. So this is like my first sport I ever really trained in, and I feel like I can bring something different or make a difference for real, for real.
Yeah, but when you first got in, how did your moms feel about you getting in? Because some mothers they go, I don't want you in that. Go be a doctor, go be something, go be a nurse, go don't box. So how did that go for you?
Oh no, she was with it. She wanted me to do something. She wanted me to just get off the couch and be active. And it just happened to just be boxing that I fell in love with. So she was very, very supportive. Still is supportive.
Yeah, because that's got to be a lot. Usually mothers be like, I don't want my daughter fighting. I can't stand to see her get a punch. So she actually wanted you to get up and do something with yourself.
Yes, even though she be nervous during the fights, but she's definitely was she wanted me to do something, you know, find something to do, you know, health wise. You feel me? And yep. So boxing.
Uh, before people could get to know the boxing side of Asia, what was your life like before boxing?
It was more like, you know, going to school, coming home, chilling with my cousins and stuff like that. I didn't really do nothing like major. I probably go to the movies, go out, you feel me? But anything else, it was just really to myself.
Um, Now, when it's time for you to go to the gym to actually start doing what you do, how long did it take you to get adjusted to that? Because you know, some people can go to the gym and after one day they're like, you know what, I can't do this. How long did that take you to till you told yourself, you know what, I could do this. I just got to put in the time and the effort.
It took me like I feel like once I started, I was there every day. And even though it was boring, I'm like, oh my God, like I can't, like this is so boring. But I don't know, something just like drove me to just keep going, keep trying, and I just fell in love with it. So that first day that I went into that gym, I was just doing it every single day. Just same thing every day.
Yeah, because you knew also you had to do something with yourself.
Yeah.
And you know, coming from where we come from, you know, we don't, for some of us, I don't want to say we don't have many choices, but we know if we don't find something to do with ourselves, then we know where we're going to end up at. So boxing was definitely, is definitely a way out. Uh, Now, Coach Mike, for you, um, what made you, transfer over to being a coach?
So I started getting older. I mean, I was still having fun with it. When I was in the gym, and I know, to me, like, and the rules of the dungeon for me was like, you know, cardinal rules. It stuck with me. So when I was in pivot, I was seeing young guys come in the gym, and they would just skip, jump and rope. You know what I mean? Skip, you know, things that are, you know, that grounds guys fundamentally. They would just skip it and go right to the bag, and they was hitting the bag wrong, and you know what I mean. So what I did was, I took the time out and took some of them under my wing, and I started training them and preparing them for fights. Then they started fighting. At that point, I started having a level of success with it because these guys they were winning. And my wife told me, she said, "Look, you have a unique way of taking the information and teaching it to people." And from then on, it just kept rolling, and the success just continued to come. So from then, I just stopped. I stopped boxing, and I turned in one book for another book, and I just stuck to training people.
Yeah, some people when they quit boxing, right? Not all jump into coaching. Some have to figure out, okay, I'm done with boxing. What do I do? Do I go get a regular 9 to 5 job? I don't know because you know when you've been boxing for a certain amount of years, that's all you know. So everybody can't just quit and go get a regular 9 to 5. Depends, you know, what the situation is. But it seemed to turn all right for you, and you actually turned out to be one of the popular coaches out there in PA. I don't know if you know it or not, man. You know, I don't know, Adrian. Your coach be, you know what I'm saying? He that dude out there. Then both of y'all together. I'm just saying, man. Y'all got a lot of New York coaches and fighters feeling some kind of way over here, though. We respect what y'all do out here. You know, we definitely love it. I think when I look at a lot of trainers and I look at the fighters, I would definitely say you two, hands down. And I told you this offline that you two were my favorite
Thank you.
out of everybody. Because you know when I be see, you know what? I watched Asia. I watched one of her IGs one time, and I ain't gonna lie though. I'm looking at her right. I'm like, and then she just got on the camera and started talking real spicy. I was like, yo, this girl is. This girl is like Alicia Baumgartner. She can talk her shit, but she can back it up. She can back it up. You know what I'm saying? And nobody likes somebody who constantly talks and they can't back it up. Do you get a lot of criticism for that, Asia? Or do you probably don't care about it?
I feel like I learned through the you know, the years of me boxing to just
Yeah.
like calm it down and just be more mature, like less talk for real, put the work in And I'm not gonna lie, like I used to be real spicy, hot headed, even during spars, spars for real, sparring and stuff. I used to feel like, oh no, I gotta get my get back. I gotta, you feel me? And it's not
Yeah.
that personal. It's just business. It's to help you for real. Like the spar partners you had, and when I used to have them little episodes, my dad actually taught me like, yo, like, your character, like, you feel me? Like people are looking at you after you spar. You don't know who looking at you, but it's just not a good look.
Yeah.
So ever since he had that talk with me, I straightened out. Like even when I feel some type of way or some days I might feel a way or whatever, I always remember like what he said, like, it's your character for real. Even when you win, lose, draw, it doesn't matter. Like the character really what matters, because you really never know who's looking at you. Even if you lose a fight or something like that, you really never know. Like someone could be looking at you and they probably be like, you know what, I like her.
Mhm.
Like, like she respectful. I like her sportsmanship, and that can really open doors for you. So I fixed that up. I probably talk a little spicy here and there, but
Nah,
other
yeah,
than
yeah,
that,
you do though. You do.
yeah. Other than
You
that, I try to really focus on like my character, getting more better with it.
How do you separate the two, Coach Mike? You're always going to be a father, but how do you separate the two sometime? Because you know how it's like, all right, I'm your father, but I'm also your trainer, and sometimes you have to separate it. Like when I'm in the gym with you, I'm not going to take it easy on you. Like you got to listen to what I'm telling you. You're like you just can't do whatever it is that you want to do. How do you separate the two, or do y'all have a understanding already, and y'all don't have to go there with that?
So I would say over time that was a work in progress, because it's hard to define a border. You can't switch it on and off. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
no matter what happens, me and her relationship is different from me and any of my other fighters, because I was there ever since she came out into this world, up until now. So there's some things she could say that could tick me off. It hit me a little different than it would if it came from somebody else. So I try to check myself, and then she went ahead and she does her part, and she tries to check herself. But throughout time, it was a work in progress, and later on it just became better as time went. When we in the ring, when we ready to rumble, when we both locked in, you get none of that. Everything we on point. She in the corner. She's respectful. She said, "Dad, what I got to do? You know what I mean? You want me to do this? You want me to do that?" Or when she's sparring and we locked in, I mean, you would never know that she was my daughter. There's people that visitors that come to the gym, like, I didn't know that was your daughter. Like, yeah, but
You know what? Not till you said it to me the other day. I didn't know neither. I
yeah,
was baffled when you said it. I said, "This has been." I said, "So he's had the cheat code this whole time. This was his daughter, and I didn't know." That's the cheat code. That's crazy, yo. Crazy.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
she was already leveling up before I got my
Yeah.
hands. All I did was take what I knew and just tried to add it to her arsenal. That's all I did. And then she going in there. She's a little more technical. And all the guys at the gym, the owner of the gym, man, they love her. And all they can say is that she punched like a guy. They love to come and watch her spar. They say she hit like a dude. I
Um.
used to call her my daughter, what I call you?
Daughter or son?
My daughter's son. Because she punched like a boy.
Wait a minute. You call her your
Yeah.
daughter? No, she do. I even watch her when she works, and when I see her videos, like even her punches sound like gunshots, and I'm like, there's no reason in the world why a female should be punching like that. Like her shots be crazy. I'm like, yo, I gotta get to her gym, and maybe I need to see it in person because I know online it sounds crazy. But what I want to ask you, AJ, is um, female boxing is big. A lot of people feel how they feel about it, but I love to ask females this question: is it still hard to get respect as a female fighter? Sometimes, do you still feel like you have to prove yourself? Do you still feel like there's some people that look at you like, she just got a pretty face and that's all we see? Like, do you still feel yourself having to prove what you can do, or you just don't worry about none of that?
Yeah, at times I feel like when you have like different coaches, some coaches may not put the time or effort into you feel me? And I feel like it because, oh, you know what, I'm a female, or maybe I'm just not pro yet, or you just gonna have them type of people. But I just learned to focus myself. I'm blessed to have my dad, which he actually put work into his fighters. He don't be slacking, none of that, skipping days. It's every day with him. So I really thank God for real to have a coach like that, because it's really hard to find coaches like that. So he believe it
Yeah,
don't matter if you're a male, female. He believe he's gonna put the work in. You feel me? And you just gotta, do the work. But other than that, with people, you just gotta focus on yourself and keep proving. It's all about keep proving yourself, keep proving to yourself and people, like, prove them wrong. Just put the work in and accomplish,
yeah,
goals out
yeah,
here.
yeah. Because he's not gonna tell you anything that's going to harm you. You have a lot of coaches that if they're not related to you and you don't mean anything to them, they'll just tell you anything that sounds good. Which I want to get to next. Um, it's gonna come to a point where you get ready to turn pro, and here it is. You have somebody coming to you and telling you, "Hey, look, your father's a great trainer, but I can take you to the next level. I can get you here. I can get you there." Some people actually listen to it and they distance from their coach, and then when it don't work out to where they're going, they end up coming back to their coach. For people like that, that's going to end up coming to you like that one day, trying to, um, what do you tell them? Because it's going to happen where somebody's going to be like, "Your pops is cool, but I can take you to that next level."
Oh, okay. My bad.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you gotta stick to who you know, who really knows you. And I feel like don't nobody know me for real but my dad. You get what I'm saying? He knows, like, if I'm dehydrated or something ain't right, he knows that. Anybody coming after the program, no, I'm okay. I'm sticking to where I'm at. Like, you have to stick to
Yeah.
the people that knows you, was there before the fame, before the clout or anything. Like, the people that's there for you before that is important. And you gotta stick it through with them.
Um.
Anybody after, they might, okay, money gone. It's more like you never know their intentions. You get what I'm saying? They could have bad, ill toward you.
Yeah.
You just never know when it comes to this business, when there's money involved, anything. So I'm sticking to.
Yeah. Coach Mike, have you not that that should be a concern, but this is a shady business, and the same person that's smiling in your face as soon as you turn your back, he's trying to steal your daughter or put a bug in her ear or whatever. Have you ever had conversations with her about that, or you just felt like, what, I'm not really worried about that right now. That's my daughter. She's not going anywhere. Have you ever talked to her about that?
So I remember having that. I'm not sure if it was with her, but I remember having that conversation numerous times with my fighters. And I
Mhm.
and I always say it like this, man. There's no ownership. Like, we don't own people. We
Yeah.
train. So I always tell my fighters, if they see something that they can get that's going to be very, very beneficial to them, go get it. But leave the right way. You know what I'm saying? You have a
Yeah.
conversation with me, I'm gonna tell you, go get that. And
Yeah.
if it don't work out, come back. Now, if you leave the wrong way, you burn that bridge.
Yeah. You
You see
can't
what I'm
come
saying?
back.
And as far as my daughter, that's the same thing. If I feel as though there's something that's going to benefit her above what I can get for her, she's going to go get that. You know what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, Calvin Ford shoots me a phone call. Hey, they want to send her down there, down south to Maryland or whatever. Do a training camp with somebody. She going. I ain't gotta go with her. You know what I'm saying? She gonna go. She gonna go down there. I know she can handle her business down there, and she gonna get that experience, and she gonna come back. Or, man, if we got a fight coming up, and I know that this person is a little bit, you know, technical, and some of the coaches that can offer her something that can make her arsenal a little bit more well-rounded for that particular opponent, she's gonna go. She's gonna go get that training. They do the same thing with Tank. They did it with Tank. They sent him down Florida before his last camp. So
Yeah.
I'm never going to say I'm the ish, you know. That's it. I'm the end all be all, and I would never say that because there's always something that a fighter can get beyond what I can give him.
I asked that because it's different when a trainer and a fighter is not in the same household and they go their separate ways. But when you talk about father and daughter, and there's going to be decisions you make, and then you guys have to be in the same household, it kind of causes a little ruckus where we can't be in the same household and not speak off a decision that you made or I made. So that's why I asked that question, you know what I mean? Because it causes tension in the household off a decision that somebody made. But like you said, if you're going to leave the right way. If I have to find out on social media
Mm.
or through a phone call or another coach told me, that kind of kills the relationship.
Right, right.
Like that's the worst way to find out. Come to me and you'll get my blessings. But
Hmm.
if you're gonna leave the wrong way, yeah, it's definitely there's no coming back
Right.
from that. Um, so what do you guys got coming up? I mean, you got nationals. What's coming up for y'all?
Yes, we got nationals. Um, that's the main thing that we have coming up. Any fights coming before that, we'll take that for sure. But we're definitely in camp for nationals.
So we
Um,
got nationals for her. I'm control. We got the one that starts December 6th down in Lubbock, Texas. So we
yeah, that's
prepare her
right.
now. Soon
I'm trying
after,
to, coach. I'm gonna try to get to that one. I can't guarantee you anything, but I'm gonna try to get that one. It's just that going to those nationals is so financial. It's so difficult. It is
it,
difficult, man.
it is. But
I
there's
try to
another.
get down there to do media, and every time I try to go get to do media, me and my wife be like, "Oh man, we just bought all this stuff for Christmas," so it kind of messes us up when it's time to travel. But we gonna try our best this year to do it. Asia, your last fight, I want to get into that because I didn't know you was on that card. I was kind of mad when I found out. I didn't know, but I seen the picture when you won the belt, and I was like, "Beautiful." I was proud of you. Talk to me about that fight.
Well, that fight. All right, so it was more mainly about making adjustments and staying calm. That's number one. So the first round, I had to make a little adjustment of not boxing, but so more inside fighting. So when we went in the corner, we made that adjustment, and he's telling me what to do. We just went off. Second round, third round, it was just more of leveling up after that. So it was definitely a good experience, great show, and just knowing that I can make these adjustments real quick with different styles.
She tried
Um,
she tried to box at first, but the girl came out really strong. The girl was strong. She tough. I ain't gonna hold you. She tough, and she came out throwing big shots, big punches. And I told her was within the fight to make the
yeah,
adjustment and don't box and go right inside because a lot of people that punch strong sometimes you take their range away from them. So I want her to
yeah,
take her range from her because she knows how to work because we work there all the time. Every single day we work inside, and I call it 5 and 6 on the bag. And I told her, go there, take a range from her, take that power from her, and then work inside. And the girl kept trying to push her because she didn't have the range for the punches that she wanted, and Asia was working. So that's the adjustment we made.
yeah. It takes a lot of patience to deal with a fighter like that because some people at some point have a game plan and then they tend to not stick to that game plan. Um, have you ever had a time, Asia, when you walked in and not that you forgot the game plan, but you didn't stick to the game plan, and when you got back to the corner, your father's like, "Yo, what are you doing? That's not what we. That's not what we haven't been working on that. What are you doing? Have you ever had that moment?"
Not that I remember. I feel like when we fight, the fights that I had with him,
Yeah,
it's like what he say, I try to listen, and I try to stick to that. I may not have perfect performances or anything
hmm
like that in fights, but I do listen to what he say, and trust that and stick to it.
Is it easier for you to listen to him? Is it easier for you to listen to him because he's your father or because he's a great trainer?
More, because he's a great trainer. It doesn't matter if he's my father or not.
She don't listen to when I tell her to do something around the house. Well, like I said, Clarence, when we in that ring, man, she gets to the corner. I tell her take 2 deep breaths, let out slow, and then she listens. She's calm, and when she's
Yeah,
calm, man, and when she's in there, she working, and she gets locked in. Man, sometimes I'll say yell stuff ringside, and she execute it right off the bat. She don't
yeah.
have no problem with trying nothing or doing nothing I asked her to do, and that's one
No,
place we don't have any discrepancies.
when she fought, like I said, when she fought in the Bronx, I was very like, okay, I had to sit in my seat. I said, I've been waiting to see this girl fight. Let me see what she's made of. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people that was around me, we were pretty damn impressed. We was like looking at each other like, hey, baby girl could thump. Because like I said, even with women's boxing, there's still a lot of non-believers. I don't like watching these girls, man. But I always tell them that, you need to pay attention to these women, especially the amateurs, because they're the next ones. They're the next ones up. Asia, how many belt shows? I never kept up with it. How many belt shows have you actually been in?
I never kept up with it. Probably
Oh, come what?
I don't know, because a lot of times they pass out trophies. A lot of times they probably will pass out. I know I had one show they probably passed out a was it a medal? But
Oh,
probably
Yeah, at the show in the Bronx, they actually passed out the same
yeah,
medal.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember that. This question is for both of y'all. How important it is to travel? Not to just be in PA, but New York, Jersey, Ohio, Texas. Have you guys got to go to any of those places? I mean, not for us East Coast, but Midwest, West Coast. Have you got to go there yet? Is that in the future?
Lubbock, Texas, and in
Yeah.
December, me and her, along with a couple other my fighters, Danelle Brown and Josiah Brown, which is the guy that fought last night. He beat Yoel Cooper, which is ranked number 2, 2024 in the nationals. So we definitely got a couple people going down this year, and I was able to travel to Oklahoma, and Danelle Brown had won the Golden Gloves national title,
Oh
and
wow.
and then she traveled once, but it was with me. It was with Pooh Ennis, Bosie's son, and she traveled with that team. And I think she won the national title that year.
Traveling without him, Asia. Your mindset is the same. Like I know you miss him, and you like, he's not here for whatever reason, but I know I still got a job to do. How do you deal with that when you're not traveling with him?
it's business at the end of the day. So I
Mhm.
pretty much good. I don't really be focusing on anything other than the boxing. No, because when you go out to these nationals or tournaments or anything, it's pretty much business. You gotta make sure your weight is on check. You gotta make sure you have the game plan when it's time for these fights. So I don't really be worried about anything. It's business trip.
Um, Maintaining your weight. Um, how does that work for you? Because some people struggle in that department. With you, how do you? Oh, see, your father making that face already. He making that face. I'm about to get some news. Oh Lord, go ahead, Age. I'm gonna let you answer because I see your father making that face.
Maintaining my weight is listen, listen. Every day, you gotta try. Okay, so running is good training, workout, but mainly it's your diet. It's really your diet. So I try to get more protein in when I'm coming down and into the 40s. More protein, less carbs, cookies, cake, ice cream, milkshakes, less of that, and stick to more grilled chicken. I'll probably buy a bag of grilled chicken, eat that, more protein wise, and watching the portions of it.
Yeah. Because I was gonna ask you, what was your eating like when you first got into boxing? Because you know, sometimes we eat a certain way, but then we know if we want to be serious, if we're ever eating fast food or anything, we know we got to cut that out. You know, once in a while, you can go ahead and eat your little burger or something, but we know we can't eat like we used to. So I was just going to ask you how that was in the beginning because you had to change. Now you're like, I got to eat healthy. I got to drink this, and I'm not used to drinking this. Like, what
Right.
the hell is this I'm about to eat? I've never seen this before. So, you know, it's just all about being healthy and staying in shape.
Yes. Before I was eating everything, okay, pizza, cheesesteaks. That's why I was like, my mom was like, no, you have to go to the gym because I'll sit in one spot and I'll order a whole cheesesteak. I'll eat a whole
Wow.
pizza. I listen. I can eat for real. Like I be wanting to do mukbangs. I say, yo, you know what, man? When I'm done with boxing, I'm gonna do mukbangs. I'm gonna be in the camera eating. Like I just love to eat for real, for real. So when I got into boxing, it really was the perfect sport. You know, it was like you have to focus on your weight, which is okay, your weight, the stuff that you eat, put in your body, because what you eat and put in your body, it will show. Definitely in a
Oh,
range,
yeah.
it would definitely show. So that's just really like the main focus. Like I gotta make sure I eat good. Once you eat good, you drink good, you feel good, you feel sharp, faster. You eat bad, you feel slower. He trying to push you in the past. I'm like, oh, but you know, it's a
Yeah.
process for
Yeah,
real.
yeah, it's not easy, but I see what fighters go through. I'm in the gym with them all the time, so I go, listen, I don't know how y'all do it. I have to credit y'all because it's just certain things I don't want to tell myself I can't do, but it's just certain things in the gym I'm not willing to do because I go, man, that's a lot of work. But Coach Mike, what was your boxing career like when you got into it?
It wasn't a very extensive boxing career. I used to fight in the police and fire a lot, trained for that a lot, did a lot of sparring. And of course, being in Bosie's dungeon, that's what really built me, man, because there's no such thing as light sparring in there. You know what I mean? Like
That's what I heard.
it's like doghouse in that joint. And
Mm.
I think that really built me, man, because it was a test of my character. It was plenty days that I left, went home, jaw sore, headache, everything. But I went back, and but it gave me something to you know that I could take through my coaching career. So when I see the fighters go through stuff, I can relate. I can relate to what some of the training is feels like. I can relate to how tired they get. I can relate
Yeah.
to how brutal the sparring can get and what they feeling. So it was definitely a plus that I'd experienced, and I think it just only led me up to what I was designed to do right now.
What do you think about fighters that didn't get to that level or get to where they wanted to get to, right? They get criticized for their coaching. And then, you know, you got people to go, well, he never won a world title. He never fought on HBO. He never did this. He never did that. And he's just one of those guys who just trained in the gym. I know you hear that a lot because people get crazy criticism for that. What do you think about that when you hear that?
So I I feel like this is just like any other sport. You just don't get everybody can't be a world champion.
Yeah.
Everybody is going to have their destiny in boxing. Some people some people destination and their destiny is going to be higher than others. Some people are going to become unified in three different divisions as a pro, and
Yeah.
some people will probably fall short. And it depends on to me. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. Is what God has planned for you. Now,
Yeah.
now we have choices. We all have choices. So some of these guys, if they trying to live a double life, living one foot out in the street and one foot in the gym, it's not going to work, and we know that. Now we can attribute some of it to bad coaching because we do have a lot of bad coaching out here. A lot of guys pick up mitts, throw a shirt on, like my man Sabi would say. That's a coach that I work with that I saw today. They throw a shirt on, but don't have the IQ for it to be a trainer. They don't. It does take, and I even continue to this day educate myself because I'm gonna always be a student to this game. And anytime I
Yeah.
feel like I know it all, I'm gonna quit. I'm done because nobody can ever know it all. So I would say we all have choices, and if you want to get to that level, and you want to be, fight this guy, fight that guy, fight on ESPN, you know what I mean? Fight on Amazon Prime. If you want to be that guy, you have to give it everything you got. You can't be out here smoking weed. You can't be out here drinking, partying, and then decide to come in the gym and be the man. It's not going to work out.
No.
The trainers, trainers you can change. Now, if you are that guy and you putting out and you feel like the trainer, well, hey, you got the option to go to a better trainer, somebody that's going to give you something else. But if you're still not living right, it's not going to matter.
No, it's not. But when I hear that criticism with certain coaches, if you're not on a certain level, I just think that it's bad to put somebody down like that because words hurt.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of times we say we don't care about what people say, but when we take the time and we think about it, words hurt. Like, I've never boxed before, but I've sparred. I've actually did the workout. I didn't like it, but people will go, because I haven't competed before, I don't have a right to talk boxing. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Do you not see what I do when it comes to these amateur fighters? Because, I don't really talk professional boxing like that. Once in a while I do. But I'm like, you don't see what I do. What's the problem? But people will say stuff that like I told you the other day when me and you talked on the phone, I said people say stuff and they don't care how it makes you feel. But words can really bother you. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy like that people will do that. But, it is what it is. You can't, it ain't something you can stop. You got to keep doing what you're doing.
Right. You're right. Boxing is, to me, is 90% mental, man. And you got to watch what you say to people. You can be real with people, and there's nothing wrong. You ain't got to sugarcoat nothing. You can be real with them, and that's the best way to be. But at the same time, you have to encourage them. You know what I'm saying? You have to. I saw one amateur fight. Kid got beat, right? Got beat up. It was the last fight on that show, and when the kid came out the ring, the coach walked away and said, "This kid ain't do nothing I asked him to do," and walked away. But that's not how you treat your fighter.
Oh, wow.
You got to figure out why and what happened, because training, when you ringside, the lesson for the fighter in the ring is also a lesson for the coach.
Yeah.
So that tells you what you need to work on with your fighter. If your fighter didn't listen to you, find out why. Did you teach him right? Did he perform in the gym? Did he check those boxes in the gym before you brought him to the fight? You see what I'm saying? So I always reevaluate not only the fighters, but I always check myself and reevaluate myself to see if I gave adequate training to the fighter. Did I give adequate defense training, adequate offense training? So I always check myself, and that's what coaches should always do. Don't criticize the fighter.
No, you could voice your opinion. I've seen plenty of fights with amateurs, and I've had a lot of them get out the ring. They come to me, they go, "Yo, McClain, how did I look tonight?" I'm like, do you really want me to answer that? Because I'm not being funny. If Asia asks me, "Yo, how did I look tonight?" I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, you look spectacular." I'm just gonna be like, "Yo, you weren't yourself today. You look like you were gassing out a little bit. You look like you were slowing down." Because don't ask me, and then I'll tell you, and then now you get upset.
Right.
What was the point of asking me? Don't. So that's why I always ask you, are you sure you want me to answer that? Because I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like, I have to be straight up with you so you can know the type of person I am. Because when I go to these fights, I sit front row so I can be able to see everything. So if you don't look like you usually would look, I'm gonna let you know, like, nah, you don't. But it is what it is. But back to you, Miss Asia. How important it is for you to not just go out there to get a win, right? But to go out there and to be your best and to show other females, not only in your state, but all over the world, that you're nothing to play with. And you're one of the females that they need to pay attention to.
Listen, I don't really. I try to get away from, like, with these amateur fights, get away from, like, the winning and losing. I want to just get my work in. I want to apply the stuff that I've been working in the gym and apply.
Yeah.
It's more about just, I'm trying to level up. You know, if I win, I win. I'll still have to go back to the gym. If I lose,
Yeah.
then we take that. You still have to do the same thing. Go back to the gym. Winning the amateurs is really not gonna these bout shows or anything. It's really not gonna change your life. You're not gonna get $1 million. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's mainly just about leveling up, learning what we can do better. We may have to work on defense, you know, or more activity, you know. So it's just mainly about it, like sparring. You gotta take it as sparring and learn it for these fights. So yeah, I just got out of that because when I remember like me trying to focus on just winning, and I ain't get that. Say if I ain't get the decision, it really would hit me like real bad, and I probably would not go to the gym or anything. But now that I got older,
Oh,
I'm like, you know what? It's not about the decision. It's about leveling it up and seeing what you can do better and how you can adjust or anything like that. So yeah.
did you ever get discouraged because you might have lost the fight, or you felt like a fight was taken from you?
Yes, I did. And in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta win. Like I always put this pressure on me, like, oh, I gotta win. And when I didn't get the decision, I felt like that was for me. It hit me hard. Like I got a little depressed, got a little sad, you know. And I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting sad and having this like depression or whatever. You feel me? When I didn't get these decisions, like that can't hold me down like that. Like with these fights, you really have to not focus on the decision and just put the work in. Because don't matter
Yeah.
what people judge the fight or how they judge the fight, you still have to do the same thing. You still have to diet. You still have to go to the gym. You still have to wake up and do this every single day. You know, till we get to the
Yeah.
bigger picture. So yeah, that's it.
Coach Mike, how did that affect her as far as, when she get those losses, when that was happening to her? Like, what was she like, not only in the gym but at home? Like, did you notice something different, that she would react different, her attitude would be different because that might have been bothering her at home and in the gym?
So from what I experienced with her, she'd take it hard. She'd crash for a second, right? But then, that's when the dad will pierce through the coach inside of me. You know what I mean? So then I
Yeah.
would kind of become a dad, and she would kind of start recuperating from it. She'll come out of it, and then she accept it. And then once she accept it, and she knows she got to keep moving on, it's like boom, she right back in the gym. She right back, doing whatever. Now she might have little days where it still, throws a little shade over her head, but it's not enough for me to notice. But I noticed she'll get right back. She'll start smiling, and she said, "Look, I'll be back," or we'll run it back again, or something like that. And I always tell them, and not only her, but I tell all my fighters, I said 3 things are important when we go to the trenches. I call it the trenches.
Yeah.
The number one thing for me is that they're safe. That's the number one thing. I don't care what happens. I don't care if we get a win or loss. I don't care about that. Be
Yeah.
safe when you're in there. 2, have fun, because all of this work we putting in the gym, all this time that we're investing, if you're not having fun, then what is it all worth? We're not
Yeah.
getting paid. So you gotta have fun. So go in there and
Yeah.
have fun. And then 3, you got icing it with a win. But the win is third to me. It's not the most important. And that's what I tell her. I tell all my fighters, don't hang your head. Don't hang your head. Ain't nobody undefeated in the amateurs. Don't hang your head. Go in there, put your best foot forward, be safe, and have fun.
Did you see boxing being for her, Coach Mike? Did you ever look at her as, this is my little girl at the time? She's a little baby, whatever. I mean, I'm sure you had some type of plans where you wanted to see her do something different. Did you ever look at her and go, she's going to be a fighter? Like, I know that had to like throw you off because it probably just came out of nowhere, even though you were in boxing already, though.
Right. So, I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I never like could foresee her being where she's at right now with the skills
Yeah.
she's at right now. How impressive she is right now. All the way back then, of course you can't. And I mean, a lot of times, if you try to force yourself to see stuff like that, a lot of times it might not even be there. It's a facade. So I feel like as I'm seeing her level up and I start seeing her doing more things, I start just dropping them girls, stopping girls. And you know, I'm saying this, I'm like, whoa, she got a gift. She all right. You know, I was proud of her, seeing, you know, watching some of these things happen, watching her, you know, knock girls out. So I said, something's good. So now that she's able to apply skill to her power, she knows how to strategically break people down. Like, she's getting smarter now. She has an
Yeah.
IQ. We still working on defense and stuff, but she's smarter now. She has an IQ. She boxes like a pro. She don't have an amateur style. She boxes like a pro. That's where some of
Definitely.
the get
Definitely.
off on her, because they go for
Yeah.
the pity pat, and she's sitting on her punches. She's sitting on 3 punches. They go and pity pat 20 times, shot pity pat 20 times or 15 times. And she go in there and throw 3 solid punches and connect them joints. And she got better. I'm telling you, that fight that she had with Kershaw up in the Bronx, she's got way better than that then. And even then, that was one of the days I felt like she didn't do what I asked her to do. And I could say that because she stayed in front of her a long time. And there was a lot of things
Yeah.
she could have did that fight that she didn't do, and it made
Yeah.
it a split decision. But
When I saw her, she didn't look like she was. Correct me if I'm wrong, Agent. Maybe it's just me. You didn't look like you were satisfied with that win.
No, I didn't really have no. I was just like, you know, it. Gotta go back to the gym. I didn't really have no. I didn't really feel like, oh my god, like I did my. You know what I'm saying? I just felt
Yeah.
like it is what it is. I ain't do my best, but
You pretty much to me look like you just wanted to get the hell out of there. You look like you just wanted to get out of there. Look, man, I don't know what just happened. I'm glad I got the win, but that wasn't me. I could have did much better than that. I probably could have knocked out or whatever the case may be. Not saying that's what you were going for, but when I looked at you, and I remember we all took a picture after the fight, and just looking at you, I was like, yeah, she's not happy with the win, you know. But it happens. At least you realize that there's some fighters that get a win that know they made it, not they shouldn't have got the win, and they'll go around parading like they earned it. But at least you realize that, okay, I could have did better, and next time I will. And you have done a lot since that time. Like, I've seen a couple of your fights. I couldn't be there, but I've seen a couple of them, and I said, yeah, she did get much better. Is that from you not just training with your father? Do you ever go back and watch some of your fights and you pick up on some things and you go, you know what? I'm gonna correct that next time.
um, no, not really. I just go. I'll look at some of my fights and I'll just see little stuff. Oh yeah, matter of fact, no, you're right. More like leaning forward. Like I had this fight in Jersey. One of these fights in Jersey, I was like lean forward. And he corrected as well in the gym. I'll be more on my front foot. So yeah, I'll try to correct that as much as possible. And that's it. Just
You
keep
know,
training.
when you guys are home like you are now, do y'all, I mean, I'm sure the conversations are not always boxing, but Coach Mike, when you're talking to her, or y'all always trying to find ways to get better? Because you can always get better. There's no such thing as that I'm great today and tomorrow I can't get better. Do y'all always, try to come up with strategies and game plans that you might not want other people to hear?
right. So depending on whatever fight she has, it usually get recorded, and I'm able to look at the video and show her exactly what I see, and I can say,
Mm,
this is what I'm talking about, and she say, oh, okay. So then what happens? We don't have an extensive conversation at home because I try to separate
separate.
boxing home sometimes. Yeah, I watch boxing at home, but I ain't gonna talk about it a lot. And because once we hit the gym, we spend a lot of time there. And when I say, all right, we're gonna work on turning out, we're gonna work on not leaning forward, we're gonna work on defense, and those are the things I prescribe to her when we get to the gym to make her better for the next fight, so she can have those things in there.
I want to ask you something, Asia. What did your friends and the rest of your family thought about when you got into boxing? What was their response?
What was their response? Most of my family, yeah, they was supportive. They was supportive. They when I had these exhibitions when I first started, They all came out. My grandma, my auntie. It was a big
Oh
thing.
wow,
Yeah, yeah. It
wow.
was a big thing. They was more like excited, cause it was it was fun for us. They definitely showed out. I can say I might have like some, here and there that really don't understand it or anything that you do, you'll have like a little doubter here and there, but you don't really worry about that. You just I don't know. That's
But
normal.
but even with you putting all the hard work in, do you still wake up some days and be amazed at what it is that you're doing? Do you have moments where you go, yo, I can't believe this. I'm traveling, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm in shows, and I'm pretty damn good at this. I'm much better at it today than what it was than when I first got in. Do you have moments like that where you just think about it?
Yes, I do have moments, especially when I'll fight and I'll do some good things in there or like sparring sometimes or just training. I'll be like, yo, like sometimes I'll be like, yo, like I'm really that for real. But I try not to get too big headed. Before I used to
Yeah,
get like big headed, but now I just be like, you know what? I'm that. I know I'm that, but let's just keep working. And I'll hear like people compliment me or people like, oh yeah, and I'll just be like, okay, that's cool, but I'm gonna just keep working. You know what I'm saying? Cause I
yeah.
know I am, but we just gonna keep leveling up, showing the world.
What can we? So, question for both of y'all, but maybe Coach Mike know. Um, when can we expect her back in New York again?
So right now we can't really look past the nationals and
Oh
we will
no, absolutely not.
and then in February, they have another nationals all females in Atlantic City. So
Oh, so they're gonna do that again.
they're gonna do it again. I got the word. So she got two nationals back to back right now. And then
Atlantic
after
City.
after that, I would like to get her down Colorado for a week so she can do some sparring with the high performance team and see what we can do up there. And I'll
Okay.
probably throw a show or two and fund her getting up there. And she'll stay in the facility for a week with them.
I,
And this
I
this is all
missed
prior to her going turning pro.
I missed that Atlantic City show the last time. I'm glad you told me because I didn't know if they were gonna do it again. So this is the first time I'm actually hearing it that
Yeah.
they're gonna do it in February. Um, when you get the date, keep me posted so I can lock it down. Um, I let my wife know because we wanted to go to the last one, but it came so fast, and by the time I looked up, we couldn't even get to Atlantic City. The rooms were just like it was too much going on. So yeah, definitely. I'll definitely catch that one. So Miss Asia, it looks like you pretty much booked.
But
So seeing how you're not going to be in New York anytime soon, the closest you're going to get is Atlantic City. So I guess I gotta go. I gotta go to AC and see you fight.
yes, pop out, pop out.
Listen, I definitely do it. What weight are you fighting at again just for the ladies and everybody that knows out there? What weight are you at now?
143.
143. It's not a bad weight. You feel good at that weight?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good and strong, sharp.
That's 143 is not a that is it. Obviously, it's not hard for you to get fights at that weight. Do you ever find somebody where you be like, why can I get somebody at this weight? Because I know in New York it's a problem. It's a problem here. For some reason, I don't know, Coach Mike, if you ever checked it, it'd be a problem. It's a lot of female fighters here in New York, but for some reason, when you want somebody at a certain weight, you can't get them here. So you got to end up going out of town anyway. You got to go to Jersey or PA or Maryland or DC or Connecticut. It's crazy. Did y'all ever have that issue when you started fighting Asia? Did you have a problem finding somebody for
Oh
you?
yeah, because it's not only the weight, the experience have to match
Yeah,
too.
that
Or
too.
so for those two things to come together, I had to put work in to find these fights get them matched off, and it was on. I mean, there's no clock that we could punch in. So I
No.
mean, 10 o'clock at night, text message, my phone get text messages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
out eating. And I'm communicating with this coach and that coach to try to make some of these fights happen to keep her working.
Yeah.
But before that, she was fighting the big girls at 54. That wasn't her weight.
54.
Yeah, that wasn't her weight, but she was beating them girls at 54. So I had made a pact with her. She wasn't fighting for a second because I said, look, we ain't fighting them big girls no more. I said, you got to come down to your natural weight and start fighting them girls at 40, 43. So that's what took us a little minute to drop the weight, and then she started going in, and next you know she started running through them girls too. So we did take one fight higher. Nevaeh Williams, shout outs to her. Three-time national champion, whatever. But she's definitely a dog, and when they fight she got fighter of the night off of it. But that girl's strong, man, and that was one of the best fights I've seen her actually perform at.
54?
54. We took that one fight because she was getting she was going on a layoff. So I said I didn't want her out the ring too long. So I said, could they meet us at 48? But then they wound up coming in a little heavier. So I told her to eat up, and we still took the fight. But I said I don't want her fighting that heavy anymore. So that's why we always been trying to implement a good diet for her to continue to come down and weight for these nationals.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that because you have some coaches that probably wouldn't even care. They'll just tell them, yo, get in there. They just throw them in there.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? I've seen coaches and I'm like, yo, she or he ain't got no business in there with them.
Right.
You're gonna get your fighter head knocked off.
Yep.
Because you're lying to him or her, telling them you can beat them. Knowing that that's not the weight they should be at. And like you said, the experience don't add up.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you even chance that to prove what? It's crazy.
Right.
I mean, I mean, boxing. You got to be careful with this sport, man. You got to seriously be careful because even in the amateurs, you can get damaged.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So be very careful with that. Listen, y'all. I appreciate this. We're definitely going to do this again. I wanted to get it done earlier, but I'm not gonna lie. I know y'all were doing y'all workout. Me, I was all over the place. So we're definitely going to do this again. Maybe I can catch you guys at the Nationals, and then when you guys hit Atlantic City, I'll be out there with y'all, and we could do something out there. But I want you to, Asia, keep me posted, yo, because I'll be like, I know she be seeing me on IG. I'm like, yo, Asia, don't even give me a wave or nothing. Wave at me, Asia.
I'm sorry.
Asia don't even, yo, Coach Mike, I'm like, she don't even, I'm one of her biggest fans. I'm like, she don't even wave at her brother. Like, don't say wave at me. Nah, keep me posted though, and I'm definitely gonna keep up with y'all, and everything y'all got going on. But I appreciate this because this was an honor. I always been wanting to do it, and I'm finally glad that I got it done. So we'll definitely do this again though. Asia, let everybody know, and Coach Mike, please let them know before y'all go where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on Instagram, Babybluskie, and I just want to shout out somebody. I just want to shout out a couple people.
Go ahead.
Shout out my mom. Yeah, my best friend, my mother. Shout out my dad. Shout out Tay Tay, my baby Tay Tay, Dan, Kayla, Izzy. Shout out all my sparring partners. Stacia, Nelly. Yeah, shout out to Bozy. Shout out Pooh. Shout out to you. Shout out, thank you for the interview. I appreciate it.
Listen, thank you for taking the time to do it. I know you guys been in the gym, you tired. Let y'all sit back and rest. Coach Mike, later on this week, I'll call and check up on you. I'm glad that you're feeling better. I was concerned about that. Not because we wasn't going to be able to do the interview. I was just more concerned, hoping that you was all right. Now that I see you all right, everything is good. But I definitely will be checking up on you later this week, brother. So we'll talk.
Appreciate it. And one thing, nigga, let me give me my hey, Team Warfare Boxing on Instagram. Team Warfare Boxing on Instagram. Y'all can see everything we doing. Every time we go, we got a fight coming up, and we got a show coming up too at our gym, January 3rd. So
January 3rd?
January 3rd. Yep. We're gonna bring in
so
the new year.
My birthday falls on the 9th.
We owe you a cake. Come on down.
Listen. Don't give me a cake and then ask me to get in the ring with Asia. I'm not doing it.
Hey, we'll give you a media table. ringside.
I'd rather take the media thing than have to get in the ring with Asia. I seen the punch on the bag. I want no parts of her. I'm good. I like my face where it's at.
Hey,
But
let
I
me give a shout
appreciate
out
that,
to.
though. Thank you.
Let me give a
Thank you.
shout. Hey, same thing where she said, Danelle Brown, you know what I mean? Oh, everybody, Team Warfare, man. I love y'all. And then even her opponents, man, like Haley Shaw, Shay Brown, Nevaeh Williams, man, and who else forgetting?
Ken, man. Shout out to the Ken, man.
Ken, that's my son.
That's my little brother. He coming up too as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Shout out to the Ken. The Ken.
You gotta send me his
Shanika
information
Kershaw.
because I gotta get him one day. When he ready, I'm gonna get him. Let me know.
Shanika Kershaw, too. That was one of her opponents. The opponents from the Bronx, man. Shout out to her. She's a tough opponent. I still communicate with her, and shout out to them for opportunities to be able to work, man, get in the ring. And that's one thing I like about boxing is that, man, people don't duck. Some people duck. I had matchmakers telling me people stay away from her. But them girls, man, they was willing to get in there and roll the dice, man, and give us opportunities. So I always want to show that my gratitude to everybody, including our opponents.
Oh yeah, because boxing is a sport where people like pick and choose
Right.
who they want to smoke with.
Right. Yup.
Like Asian, let me ask you before you go, have y'all had that happen where you showed up at a fight and the other opponent was just for some reason was just like not fighting today, and now you like I put in all this work, and now you telling me I can't even showcase my talent?
Yes, I had one fight that I can remember that happened, and this was earlier when I first started boxing. I was
Okay.
okay. I'm like, what? She's not trying to fight.
That's you know what, and that's another thing that can discourage somebody if it happens too many times. I've known fighters in New York; it happened to them 10 times where they got so discouraged where they walk away from boxing. But you know what? It's something that comes with it. So walking away doesn't fix it. You know what I mean? It just you know what I'm saying, Coach Mike. It's something that comes with it. Walking away is not going to fix it. So I want to congratulate you for still be able to hang in there and do what you do. And I believe that you're going to be one of the best females that's out there, even though that's not what you might want to be, and you're not always worrying about winning. But I'm telling you, for what I see with my eyes, I think you'll be one of the best ones out there. And we're going to make sure that people, not only in PA, but New York and all over, everybody knows exactly who you are, because that's what we need to do for these amateurs, because nobody pays attention to amateurs. They just want to pay attention to pro fighters. And that's cool to a certain extent, but I'm the type of person who likes to be with the amateurs. So by the time y'all turn pro, at least y'all know who was there with y'all. And sometimes a lot of these media dudes need to be reminded of that because they don't want to talk to you now, Asia, but when you get ready to sign with a big promotional company, now everybody's going to want to talk to you. And believe me, there's going to be times you're going to be like, man, no. When I wanted to talk to you, you didn't want to talk to me. So don't try to come and talk to me now. So, it'll happen eventually. But that's why I do what I do. So just thank y'all for giving me this interview, and we definitely going to do it again.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, yo, y'all have a blessed night.
T-Warfare, y'all know where the smoke at. It's like that.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
You too. Later.
All right, later.
Yeah.